Peace, everyone. I'm back. Good evening and happy Monday again. I'm wishing you all a prosperous, successful, fun, happy week. Okay. I wanted to talk about a Bible verse. This Today we're reading out of the New Testament. Okay. This is one of my favorite scriptures ever that I just came across, and I'm like, how could I not have remembered this scripture? This scripture hasn't even crossed my mind in a long time, but it's timely and I need to speak about it because I've been getting a lot of questions based upon fear of different things, okay, in people's lives, and especially dealing with spiritual work. So this verse comes from Second Timothy. This is Second Timothy 1:7, okay? For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control, okay? So let's say that again. The Most High gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Okay, that's another variation of that. I'm reading out of the English Standard Version right now. So let's talk about that. All right. First of all, let's talk about fear. I'm still getting questions in my inbox and just from many different people about fear. Like, well, I don't know if this is the way that I should go. I came up in a Christian background, or I came up in this background. Is this what I should do? Well, even if you came out from a Christian background, this should be even more confirmation to you. Because what you should know from the Bible is that the Most High gave us not the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind, or self-control, okay? And what does it say? Love casts out all fear. All right. So that's one of the reasons I always recommend chakra healing. Okay. No, you can't heal your chakras overnight. If this is the first time that you've ever been healing your chakras, it may take time. It could take weeks, months, years, but it's worth it. Okay. But one thing that you can always focus on as well when you're doing your chakra work is working on your heart chakra. I promise you, when your heart chakra is open, when you get to a certain level of a vibration within yourself, you have no doubt because you know that what you are putting out into this universe is from love. And it doesn't mean people mistake how people act or how people talk as being loving. A person can pretend to be loving, can pretend to be nice, but their heart is far from you. But then you can have a person who just seems rude or obnoxious or arrogant, and their heart is wide open. They just that's their personality. So a lot of times we mix personalities with what's really going on with that person. That's another story for another day. But I want y'all to think about that. The Most High gave you a spirit of not of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind, or of self-control. So let's talk about fear. If you're feeling fear towards doing certain things spiritually, what that might mean is that it's just not the time for you to do it, okay? Or you're letting your own mind get in the way of what you've been feeling. All right. Because if you're doing something and you're like, well, it's making my life better. I am starting to prosper. I do feel better. I'm more lighthearted. I'm more of a better person to be around. I smile a lot more than I used to. I give a lot more than I used to. But then you're like, but I don't know if this is right or wrong. Your spirit is letting you know that that's right. You see? So we have to start trusting. It all goes back to having that relationship with yourself, to where you can trust yourself and trust that your spirit is guiding you along the right path. All right. Even in the Bible, what does it talk about? There's a road that many take. I can't remember it. It's in somewhere in the New Testament in Matthew, but it's the wide path that most people take. And then there's the narrow path. You know why it's called a narrow path? It's called a narrow path because nobody's path on this planet is equally alike. Everybody can go to church. Everybody can go to the mosque. Everybody can become Buddhist, Hindu. Everybody can do the same thing that a group of people are doing. But from these institutions, how many people do we see that actually rise to a level of true enlightenment and greatness within themselves? A few do, many don't. Many become sheeple and just go out of routine and don't really get the spiritual food that they could be getting if they decided to follow their inner guidance and take the narrow path, which is your own path towards spiritual growth and enlightenment. You never hear me knock necessarily religious institutions because I believe that that's a good stepping stone. I feel like religion introduces you to a certain aspect of spirituality. To me, what Christianity introduces into your life is faith and fear, because they tell you you're going to go to hell, but then they tell you to have faith. Don't worry about it. Have faith and everything will work out. That's another topic. We're going to talk about the difference between faith and knowing on another day. Okay. Faith is a level, but there's a level above faith where you get to knowing. And when you know, you don't need faith. Okay. That's another topic, but I wanted to talk about this. The Most High didn't give you the spirit of fear. So if you're feeling fear, you got to ask yourself, where is it coming from? Is it something that I've been programmed to believe? Has somebody else taught me to fear these things? We have to start questioning these things, because what do we know about beliefs? Beliefs aren't necessarily true. Beliefs are thoughts that we continue to think. And I got that from Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks always says that beliefs are nothing more than thoughts that you continue to think. So then after thinking them over and over, or being told them over and over, you start to believe it. But just because you believe it doesn't make it fact. Okay? So you have not the spirit of fear, all right? You have the spirit of power, love, and self-control. This simple verse alone transformed my life, because I wasn't always what you see before you today. There was many times that I was operating out of fear. And it's one thing to have fear, but be able to transcend it, because trust me, I feel fear in new businesses. I'd be like, well, I don't know, or should I do this, or should I go live on YouTube? I feel fear, but that doesn't stop me from doing it, though. That's the difference. It's okay to feel fear, but sometimes we mistake anxiety or something that is a really good thing, and we think it's fear, we shouldn't do it. That's actually the sign that you should do it, so that you can conquer that so-called fear and realize that it was not a fear, but it was just a false expectation appearing real. All right. When you tap into your power, when you tap into the power of the mind is all the universe is mental. This is where all your power happens. And the way to tap into that power is when you meditate and you connect with your higher self. Then as you start doing your meditations consistently, you start aligning yourself with your higher self, your infinite self, then you start to realize that you have power over your mind and your thoughts and your mind doesn't have power over you. This is a very powerful tool that we have right here. But many times, since we don't understand how to operate our physical body, nobody ever taught us how to do that. Many times the very thing that can set you free is the very thing that becomes your own prison, because you're allowing it to control you and you're not using it in the way that it's supposed to be used. All right? So understand that. We read the Kabbalion. That was the first book that we read in the group. The all is mind, the universe is mental. I'm going to share that again for new members who are new, who might not have caught that. And I think I'm going to share it again. And we're also going to do, you know what, now that I think about it, the meditation challenge that we do this month, the next meditation challenge is going to be predicated upon around the 7 universal principles. I'm going to have a meditation. I'm going to come up with a meditation for each of those 7 principles so that we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. All right. So power, love. When you work on your heart chakra, when you work on forgiving everybody who's ever wronged you, forgiving yourself, first and foremost, because you can't forgive others when you still have regret or doubt about things that you've done in your past. You got to learn to forgive yourself. Even if you forgive no one else, you make sure that you forgive yourself in this life, so that you come to the realization that you are worthy, regardless of any past actions. Nobody on this planet has more than you because they're better than you. People on this planet may have more than you or have things that you want because they feel worthy within themselves, not because they're better. You might be looking at somebody who has more than you and you're judging yourself. And this person, if you only knew the skeletons in their closet, but they're not letting those skeletons stop them because they know they have done none of that. Your soul is pure. Only your physical body and your physical mind creates these things, which that goes back to the 42 negative confessions over my odds. I have not done this. I have not done that. Because really you haven't. Your soul has done none of these things. Everything that we've done in this physical world, we've done with our physical bodies. Our soul has nothing to do with that. Your soul is beyond what we can even conceive in this physical body. So you are worthy because of who you are. You are worthy because you are of source. You are worthy because you are a direct reflection of the Most High, of God, of the Creator, of the universe, of whatever you want to call it. The all. All right? And lastly, of self-control. I've had times in my life, especially my young days where I was doing activities or habits or drinking more than I wanted to drink or just doing different things that some people do, not all, because some people don't ever do those types of things, but that many of us do in our youth. And it feels like starting to have control over us. Even people who have sex problems or think I need sex all the time, or I can't be celibate, I need to get me some. No, you don't. The reason that you think that you need to get you something is because that's what you tell yourself every day. So now it became a what? A belief. Because you keep repeating, I need sex. I'm young. I'm this. I'm that. I need to have this. I need to get mine. How can I go without getting mine? If you're thinking that multiple times a day, then it becomes a belief. And now you created a self-fulfilling prophecy. You ever heard of self-fulfilling prophecies? See, y'all, we about to start getting into this mind work, into this mentalism. I had a conversation with one of my friends today, and I'm like, see, I could clearly see how they're creating with their mind things that they don't want. And even though I'm trying to explain it, they're not trying to hear it because they haven't even realized how they've been creating that reality for themselves this whole time. The life that I live has nothing to do with my worthiness. It has nothing to do with any degree. It has nothing to do with what church I went to or didn't go to. It has nothing to do with with my physical upbringing, what I went through as a child. It has nothing to do with my past relationships. You know what it has to do with? It has to do with me doing the work spiritually, meaning taking time to meditate, meaning taking time to have a relationship with myself, meaning taking time to read certain books that elevated me and matched my beliefs or things that I was coming into knowing, and then also taking logical books to couple those things to make it a more powerful belief, meaning that I transcended things that I believe. Now there's things that I know, and I understand the power of the mind. Everything in your life, people ask me, how can I manifest faster? You know how you can manifest faster? By first focusing on manifesting a better you. The scripture says, seek ye first the kingdom of righteousness, and all of these things will be added to you. Seek ye first the kingdom of God within. So many people are trying to manifest everything outside of themselves. When you start trying to focus on manifesting things within and bring them without, you will see that there's nothing that you could ever physically desire that can't come to you. You will see that becomes a piece of cake. You will see that things happen to you miraculously. You will see that every day is a miracle. You will see that things that are impossible or things that were, oh no, we can't break these rules. Those rules will be breaking for you. And you know why? Because you know who you are and you know that you're that powerful creator. The all is mind. The universe is mental. Understand that all the power that you need is here. Instead of trying to focus on, I want to manifest the car, I want to manifest the house, start focusing on, I want to manifest love within myself. I want to manifest power and confidence within myself. I want to manifest self-control within myself. When you focus on manifesting qualities instead of physical things that we can buy, when you start manifesting qualities that you need within yourself, you're going to get those things. And not only are you going to get those things, when you start to develop those qualities, everything about you changes, including your vibration, and you become beyond any physical thing that you could manifest to the point where, of course, it's going to come to you easily because you're above all of that. Why? Because you are the prize. Manifest the riches within, and the riches without can't stay away from you. This was originally going to be a Patreon only post, but I have to post this on YouTube also. I didn't even know this was going to go this deep. But understand who you are. All right? Don't focus on if you're at a place right now where you're like, I want this, I want that, and I don't have any of these things. I don't want to tell you this, but that means that you're far away from it in your own mind. Redirect your focus and be like, you know what? I know what qualities I need. I know that I need more love in my life. So let me see how I can go about manifesting self-love, because I know that when I love myself, all I can do is attract other people who are going to love me to that same level, and other circumstances in my life that makes me feel that same level of love. I have a sex problem. I got a drug problem. Well, you know what? Let me start praying and visualizing how I would look and what type of life I would live if I had self-control. If I had self-control, this is what I would do every day. If I had self-control, this is how my sex life would be. If I had self-control, this is how I would eat. This is what I would drink. I wouldn't put certain things into my body. Instead of trying to visualize yourself with your favorite fancy car or visualize yourself with your favorite new home, start visualizing who you will be with that power, love, and self-control. Start to visualize that person. What you're going to realize is one thing. That's not hard for you to visualize, because deep down in your own mind, you already know what that would look like. Because deep down in your own mind and subconscious, you already know that you're great. And that's why you're so frustrated, because you're not living up to your full potential. Because you're getting distracted by all of this distractions of this earth, and especially of this United States that we live in. And even if you're in the UK, even if you're in Trinidad and Tobago, even if you're in Panama or Puerto Rico, okay? Don't let any of this foolishness on the outside that doesn't last fool you. These are all distractions. It's distracting you from who you are. All right. So instead of focusing on physical things that mean nothing, that you can have today and your house can burn down tomorrow, or a hurricane can come through and rip everything to shreds. That just happened last year, didn't it? Or you can get, anything can happen. I don't want to speak too many things because I don't want to be giving y'all ideas to speak anything into anybody's life. But I'm just saying, all of these things that we have physically, we can lose all of that tomorrow. Any one of us. Okay? So when you focus on the true riches, which is who you are, trust me, you will always be rich. You will always have wealth. And you will walk on the planet like the god or goddess that you are meant to. You will walk around knowing the power of your mind, creating in every second, every moment of the day, waking up and pre-paving the day before it even begins. And you will expect it to be exactly how you said it would be in your own mind. All right. So I love y'all. I didn't even know it was going to be like this. All right. Again, 2 Timothy 1. All right. 7. For the Most High gave us not a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-control. I love y'all so much. Know that you are great. I don't care what your life looked like right now. I wish I could show you what my life looked like 5 years ago. Y'all would be like, whoa, really? But guess what? I took the time to visualize who I knew that I was. And now every day of my life, I'm starting to see it to manifest even more and more. All right? Go in, and everything that you want without, it can't stay away from you. You won't even have to focus on trying to manifest it. I love y'all. Patreon.com/PrettyBossTV. PrettyBossTV.com. Check me out on I Am Kendra Justine on Instagram. Good night. I love y'all. Peace.